You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. The Arizona Diamondbacks playing the Houston Astros at Minute Maid Park. This is game one of a two-game set between these two teams. Both these teams are fighting for a wild card spot in their respective leagues. And on the mound for the Astros is Zack Greinke. The Diamondbacks traded Greinke to the Astros. That's how he got to be a part of this team, and he's been an impactful pitcher. 11-3 in 22 starts this year. He has a .401 earned run average in 137 innings pitched. And the first batter he'll face is Starling Marte, who comes up to bat with a .293 average, 17 homers, entering play. First pitch of the game is a called strike. The Astros 64-47. And they have the second wild card spot right now in the American League. They're second to the Athletics in the AL West. And they trail the White Sox for the first wild card spot by a full game. And it's starting to look like the White Sox and Astros will just be fighting for home field advantage. The Blue Jays and Indians are falling further behind. They're both 4 games back of the Astros for the second wild card spot. Marte grounds out to Jose Altuve. That's out number 1. And with that, we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Several players making an impact to this Diamondbacks lineup. Newer faces and breakout faces, including Starling Marte, Ketel Marte, Christian Walker, and Cole Calhoun, all making an impact offensively. We'll talk more about how as they come up to the plate. But here's Ketel Marte standing in. First pitch from Greinke to him is a strike. Counts 0-1. Marte entering play is batting .280. He has 18 home runs and 54 RBIs, and he was elected to the All-Star game at Dodger Stadium. Last game he went 1-for-1 with a single. The Diamondbacks had an off day yesterday. They finished up a homestand against the Los Angeles Dodgers. They split a 2-game series. They split a 4-game series. They lost their last 2 games, so they're on a 2-game losing streak entering today. But they had off yesterday, so they're starting a 6-game road trip this weekend into the weekend. Marte strikes out there. Greinke has 1 strikeout. See Marte chased the breaking ball. Started at the knees and just dropped out of the zone, but Marte went fishing for it, and he's out. So 2 outs, top of the first. Here's Eduardo Escobar, .259 hitter with 12 home runs and 53 RBIs entering play. Escobar was traded to the Diamondbacks from the Twins in the middle of the 2018 season. He hit the free agent market that offseason and then ended up signing back with the Diamondbacks, and he's been playing third base ever since. He is a versatile player, though, but with Jake Lamb struggling with injuries, the Diamondbacks have found Escobar most useful at the third base position. And speaking of Jake Lamb, he's struggled this year. Right now he's on the Diamondbacks bench. He was supposed to play first base for them, but Christian Walker got a chance to start, and he broke out, and he's done so well that the Diamondbacks have just kept him at first base and in the middle of the order. The Diamondbacks doing well this season, and they're fighting for a wild card spot in the National League. It's going to be difficult for them to win the division, considering that the Dodgers are in their division, and the Dodgers have the second best record in all of Major League Baseball. But the Diamondbacks, 2 games out of the second wild card spot, right now occupied by the Marlins. The Braves have the first wild card spot. The Marlins have the second at this point. Then the Padres are a game back. The Cubs are a game and a half back. And then there's the Diamondbacks, 2 games out. And Escobar really extending this plate appearance, fouling off a few pitches. Count still 1-2. Greinke up to 13 now in this inning. Another 1-2 pitch coming. Lined into right center, but the outfield had him shifted. Miles Straw able to make the catch, and that ends the top of the first inning. So no runs on no hits and nobody left on for the Diamondbacks after a half inning. It's the Diamondbacks 0 and the Astros coming to bat. And the Diamondbacks sending to the mound a former All-Star left-handed pitcher Robbie Ray. In 22 starts this year, he has a 9-6 record and a .446 earned run average. He's also doing well in the strikeout department. He has 157 strikeouts this year. And that's good for the 9th most strikeouts among National League pitchers. Leading off for the Astros is George Springer. As he fouls that pitch off, the count's 0-1. George Springer, former World Series MVP back in 2017, and he's also 4 for 9 career against Robbie Ray. These two haven't faced each other much. Ray, throughout most of his career, has played for the Diamondbacks, and Springer, for most of his career, has played for the Astros. They're in 2 separate leagues. But the Diamondbacks entering play have a 59-53 record. They're 16 games back in the NL West. They're in 3rd. As mentioned before, the Dodgers are in the division, so unfortunate luck for the Diamondbacks. But the Diamondbacks have a legitimate chance to catch a wild card spot. They're 2 games out of the second wild card spot right now in the National League. 2-2 count on George Springer. But you have a couple teams playing each other today who have a chance to be playoff teams via the wild card. As David Peralta makes that catch, that's out number 1. Here's the starting lineup for the Houston Astros. George Springer playing right, batting first. Silver Slugger Award winner in years past. Jose Altuve, former MVP. Michael Brantley, longtime Cleveland Indian, but still doing well with the Astros. This Astros team's still pretty solid, despite being convicted of stealing signs illegally from the 2017 season. They're still hitting well this year. Still performing well. Not division leaders anymore, at least at the moment. But they are still playoff contenders. That out to right center, and Marte able to run it down in center field. Starling Marte gets the put out. There are 2 outs now in the bottom of the first. But the Astros have a much better chance, as Michael Brantley stands in. The Astros have a much better chance of winning their division than the Diamondbacks do. The Astros and Athletics have been close for most of this year. But the A's in first, 69-45 is their record, and the Astros are 64-47, 3.5 games out of the division lead. 1 ball, no strike pitch to Michael Brantley. 2-0 is the count. Brantley signed in free agency in the 2018-2019 offseason. Was a part of the Astros team last year that won the division. Won the American League Championship Series and then lost in 7 games to the Washington Nationals. Two ball, 2 strike count. That's fouled off. The count still even 2-2, but Brantley entering play batting .324. He struggled with injuries toward his final years with the Cleveland Indians, but he's proven since joining the Astros that he still has some talent in his game, and he's got a single. He's going to try to extend it to 2. Calhoun's throw right there. Tag applied by Nick Ahmed, and Brantley out at second, trying to extend that one to extra bases. No runs on 1 hit for the Astros, but that runner immediately erased. Nobody left on after 1 full inning. No score here at Minute Maid Park. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis, middle of the order. Due up for the Diamondbacks in this half inning: David Peralta, Christian Walker, and Cole Calhoun. Zach Greinke pitching against one of his former teams. That pitch fouled off. The count's 0-1. Greinke started the wild card game for the Diamondbacks when they hosted the Rockies back in 2017. The Astros added him to the rotation when they traded for him at the trade deadline of last season. Toward the middle, played by Correa. The infield was shifted, and Correa throws to Gurriel. That's out number 1. So Peralta out at first, and with that, we'll take a look at the starting defense for the Houston Astros. Brantley out in left. Miles Straw playing center field. George Springer in right. Alex Bregman playing third base. Carlos Correa at short. Jose Altuve at second. Yuli Gurriel at first. And Mike Zunino behind the plate doing the catching. So here's Christian Walker with 1 out and nobody on base. Christian Walker's been having quite the breakout season. Went from a Baltimore Oriole being claimed off waivers by a couple teams, but the second team claiming him off waivers was the Arizona Diamondbacks. They've kept him around for a bit. He's gotten a chance to start every day this season, and he's made the most of it, having a breakout year. Entering play, he's batting .302 with 23 home runs and 62 RBIs. He's been a consistent middle-of-the-order bat, helping the Diamondbacks succeed this year. The Diamondbacks this year have had more success with their hitters than with their pitchers. That's what's been keeping them in games. And they've had just the right amount of quality pitching. They've got Madison Bumgarner at the top of the rotation, along with Robbie Ray and a few other veterans carrying the rotation. Their bullpen's been a bit weak, but their starting pitching and their offense has been what's been carrying them through this season. Zach Greinke gets another strikeout. Christian Walker, the victim. That's out number 2. And here comes the number 6 hitter in the order for the Diamondbacks. It's Cole Calhoun. Calhoun has turned out to be a great signing. He's batting .284 with 21 home runs, 56 RBIs, and a .930 OPS entering play. He's in the top 10 among National League hitters for OPS. The Diamondbacks signed him this past offseason. He's a former Los Angeles Angels outfielder. Made his debut in 2012. Played there from 2012 to 2019, and then signed with the Diamondbacks. This is his first year with the D-backs. No ball, 2 strike count. Inside counts 1 and 2, but he's doing well offensively this year. He's known for being talented defensively in right field. This year he's been playing well. Counts even 2 and 2. 2 ball, 2 strike count on the Diamondbacks right fielder. That pitch misses outside, and the count's full, 3 and 2. Nick Ahmed would bat next. That's ripped to right field, and that'll go foul, but that very well had the distance to be a home run had it stayed fair. Three-two again. It's inside, ball 4, and the Diamondbacks have their first base runner. 2-out walk issued to Cole Calhoun. Greinke about to reach 30 pitches, and it's still the top of the second, but here's Nick Ahmed, .236 hitter with 11 home runs and 51 RBIs entering play. Also won the Gold Glove Award for shortstops last season. That's strike 1 on Ahmed. Former Atlanta Brave. Known more for his defense. And he's putting up some decent offensive numbers at the plate this year. Counts 1 and 1. One ball, 1 strike count. That's inside. Counts 2 and 1. Eduardo Escobar put together a good at bat, making Greinke throw a lot of pitches. Greinke ended the first with about 15. Now he's over 30 toward the end of second inning, top of the second. BREGMAN plays it at third, throws to Gurriel. Ahmed out at first, and top of the second is over. No runs on no hits, 1 walk in the inning, 1 runner left on base after an inning and a half. No score at Minute Maid Park. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Astros in this half inning. Alex Bregman, Yuli Gurriel, and Yordan Alvarez. Robbie Ray still pitching, and first one to Bregman is down low, counts 1-0. Bregman, a former first-round draft pick of the Astros.
That's Bolton.
As a prospect, he was a shortstop, but he's fit into the Astros lineup and into their defense as a third baseman. He's played third base well. That's with Correa playing shortstop. Correa also a former first-round draft pick of the Astros. Two ball, two strike count. Got him to chase. That's out number one. Robbie Ray gets the strikeout there. And here comes Yuli Gurriel. 247 hitter with 16 home runs and 57 RBIs. But Gurriel might not be around much longer. If you've been keeping up with the trade deadline around baseball, you'd know that Josh Bell was acquired from the Astros for catcher Chucky Robinson and one of the top prospects, one of the top pitching prospects in all of baseball, Forrest Whitley. The Astros will be adding another bat into an already threatening lineup. And not that Gurriel's not a solid player, but Josh Bell has been one of the best bats all season this year for the standards of both leagues. Inside counts 1 and 2, but Bell about 5 days away from being taken off the injured list. He had an MCL sprain a couple weeks ago with the Pirates, and the Pirates traded him to the Astros while he was still on the injured list, so he got transferred to the Astros injured list where he's remained, but he's on the way back, and the Astros certainly excited about that as it counts even 2 and 2. Because Josh Bell, at the moment, among American League hitters, leads the AL in slugging percentage with a .618 slugging percentage. Leads in OPS with a 1.027. And he's second in on-base percentage with a .409. Made the All-Star team with the National League this year. Also made the All-Star team last year as well, representing the Pirates both years. But now a member of the Astros and likely to be an impactful player when he gets off the IL. Yuli Gurriel reaches on a walk. Check swing there. The appeal said no swing, and you can be the judge on our The Show motion cam. Man, that's some strong wrists. Whether he swung or not, according to the first base umpire, he didn't, but it takes some strong wrists to be able to keep that bat from going around. Here's Yordan Alvarez. Won the Rookie of the Year award last season and is still hitting well coming into this year. So Josh Bell at the moment technically leads the Astros with 26 home runs, but Yordan Alvarez among active players leads with 25. In the dirt. Counts 2-0. Stephen Volk doing the catching for Robbie Ray and the Diamondbacks in this one. 2 ball, no strike count. That's a fair ball and on the left field line. Look, it hugs the line all the way to the wall. Alvarez heading for second, and Yuli Gurriel stops at third. Both runners safe. And 2 runners are on the corners, or excuse me, 2 runners are in scoring position now with 1 out. I mean, it's rare that you see a baseball just hug the line like that. Usually it'll go one way or the other, but that ball stayed right on the line and made it to the wall. David Peralta did all he could to relay that in, but each runner able to advance 2 bases, and now Carlos Correa comes to the plate. See better stats at home. But putting those two together, Correa entering play as a .282 average with 23 home runs and 58 RBIs. Former first-round draft pick of the Houston Astros. Also, after the Astros won the World Series in 2017, he proposed to his now wife right on national television. Into center field. Catch made. That's out number 2. Gurriel tries to tag, And he'll end up scoring. Marte's throw off line, and the Astros take an early 1-0 lead. So 2 outs now, bottom of the second inning, an RBI. Credited to Carlos Correa, and now here comes Mike Zunino. Zunino, a former top pick of the Seattle Mariners. Was traded a couple times in his career, got traded to the Rays, played there for a couple seasons, but toward the beginning of this year got traded to the Astros. Martin Maldonado was the opening day catcher for the Astros, but the Astros were going the way of a more offensively based catcher than one of defensively based, which is what Maldonado is. He's more of the defensive catcher, and Zunino provides the big bat in the lineup. Counts no balls and 2 strikes on the Astros catcher. Just a bit inside, well-placed breaking ball, but off the plate, counts 1-2. One-two pitch coming from Robbie Ray. Swing and a miss. So Ray gets a strikeout to end the inning, but the Astros do get a run on a sacrifice fly by Carlos Correa. After 2 full innings, the Astros lead this one by a 1-0 score. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 8-9-1 hitters due up for the Diamondbacks in this half inning. Stephen Vogt, Kevin Cron, and Starling Marte. Just a bit outside, counts 1-0. This is game 1 of a 2-game set between these two teams that are in contention for wildcard spots in their respective leagues. Ground ball to the right side, played by Yuli Gurriel. That's one quick out to start the 3rd inning. So there are the American League West standings right now, just so you have a visual. The Astros 3.5 games back of the Athletics, who currently lead the division. The Astros also have the 2nd wildcard spot in the American League, behind the Chicago White Sox. The Astros trailing the White Sox by a game. Here's Kevin Cron, the number 9 hitter. He takes strike 1. Cron, a former 14th round draft pick of the Diamondbacks in 2014. Cron started the year in the minor leagues, but got hot, made the major league roster, and finds himself playing designated hitter in this game. Doesn't play too much since the National League doesn't have a designated hitter, but naturally defensively Cron plays first base. 2-1's the count. Right now Cron not getting too many reps just because Christian Walker has been on the tear this year. That's fouled off. The count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well-placed pitch. Cron doesn't swing and gets the benefit of the call. Counts full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Line to left and foul, so Greinke will throw at least one more pitch in this plate appearance. Count still full. Just a bit too high. That's ball 4. Greinke again not getting a call on what was a close pitch. So Cron's discipline pays off. He's on first base now, 1 out, top of the 3rd, and the Diamondbacks bringing up the top of the order again. It's Starling Marte. Marte grounded out to lead off the ball game. 0 for 1 against Greinke. It's outside, counts 1-0. Marte and Greinke have seen a lot of each other, considering that Greinke was part of the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks before joining the American League Astros. But Marte, before joining the Diamondbacks, had played the outfield for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Marte was acquired by the Diamondbacks from the Pirates this past offseason. The Pirates got a couple of infield prospects, and now Marte bolsters a Diamondbacks outfield that is pretty strong, with Peralta in left, Marte in center, and then Calhoun in right. But Marte flies out there. He's now 0 for 2. 2 outs, top of the third. Here comes Ketel Marte, who's 0 for 1. He struck out against Greinke back in the first inning. That's strike one on Ketel Marte, switch hitter batting from the left side. Marte started his career as a shortstop, then was moved to second base, then was experimented with by the Mariners as a center fielder when he was traded to the Diamondbacks. He was also tried out as a center fielder, didn't play very well defensively, so when the Diamondbacks acquired Starling Marte, Ketel Marte was moved back to second base, and that's where he is right now. But Marte last year had a breakout season. And he's been in the middle of the Diamondbacks lineup ever since. High fly ball towards center field. Miles Straw is under the baseball, and he makes the catch. So the top of the third inning is over. No runs on no hits, 1 walk in the inning for the Diamondbacks, and 1 runner left on base after 2.5 innings. It's 1-0. The Astros lead. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Miles Straw leads off for the Astros. It'll be Miles Straw, George Springer, and Jose Altuve. Robbie Ray still on the mound. 1 earned run given up through 2 innings. He walked a batter, gave up a double, and then a run scored on a Carlos Correa sacrifice fly. 1-2 count now on the young outfielder, Miles Straw. Just a bit high, counts 2-2. Straw, a platoon outfielder. Because he's a right-handed hitter, he typically starts when there's a left-handed starting pitcher on the mound. Otherwise, Kyle Tucker or Josh Reddick are in the starting lineup, with George Springer playing center. But Springer in this game playing right, and Miles Straw getting the start in center. That's down low, ball 4. And a leadoff walk issued to Miles Straw.
Now batting, right fielder, George Springer.
It's back to the top of the order now for the Astros. George Springer comes to the plate, 268 average with a 349 on-base percentage and an 842 OPS. That includes his 0 for 1. That's ripped toward left field, toward the wall. Catch made by David Peralta. And Straw will head back to first.
Now batting, second baseman, Jose Altuve.
That was run down well by David Peralta. From that trajectory, it looked like it might go off the wall, but Peralta able to run it down. And so 1 out now, bottom of the third. Miles Straw still on first, and here comes a former most valuable player. As controversial as that may be still, it's Jose Altuve at the plate. Runner goes from first, and a chopper played by Ahmed throws to Walker. That's out number 2. But since Straw was running, the double play not able to be turned by the Diamondbacks, so a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. And here comes the number 3 hitter for the Astros. It's Michael Brantley. Brantley 1 for 1. He singled in the first inning, but he got thrown out trying to extend it to a double. Counts no balls and 1 strike. Michael Brantley, a career WAR of 34.3. Spent the majority of his career with the Cleveland Indians. He's now in year 2 of a contract with the Houston Astros. That's up high, count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. That's strike 2 right on the corner. 1 ball, 2 strike count on the Astros left fielder. Stop foul. The count's still 1-2. Michael Brantley putting together a nice plate appearance. Another 1-2 pitch. Down low, count evens up now, 2-2. Miles Straw still on second. Just a bit too high. Counts full 3-2, and that high pitch has consistently not been called a strike from both sides this entire game. It's a strike according to our strike zone on screen, but not to the home plate umpire. That one finds the inside edge. Strike 3 called. Michael Brantley down looking, and the 3rd inning has come to an end. The Astros leave a runner in scoring position, and after 3 full innings, it's 1-0. The Astros lead the Diamondbacks. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. Top of the 4th inning coming up, and the heart of the order for the Diamondbacks up to the plate. Escobar, Peralta, and Walker. And look at this. First pitch, Escobar hits it against the shift and gets himself a double. Runner in scoring position immediately for the Diamondbacks. Nobody out, top of the 4th. And with that, here are National League team leaders in doubles entering play. That's now 201. But the Diamondbacks have the 3rd most doubles in the National League as a team. Here's David Peralta, the cleanup hitter. He's 0 for 1. It's inside, counts 1-0. This is game 1 of a 2-game set between these two teams. The Astros are starting a 6-game homestand, 2 against the Diamondbacks and then 4 against the Blue Jays. The Diamondbacks lost, the Astros lost 2 of 3 against the Twins over the weekend, while the Diamondbacks split a 4-game series with the Dodgers. Out to left field. Michael Brantley under it. He makes the catch. That's out number 1. Escobar goes back to second base, and there's now 1 out in the top of the 4th. Couple scoring updates in real baseball. Right now, it's the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position for the Reds, who trail the Indians 4-2. And an NL East matchup, though it really doesn't matter because it's just 3 divisions now instead of 2 leagues. But the Nationals are leading the Mets 5-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, that's real baseball scores. Down low, counts 2-0 on Walker. Christian Walker 0 for 1. There's 1 out in the top of the 4th inning and a runner on second base. Eduardo Escobar doubled to lead off the inning. And now it's 3-0 on the Diamondbacks' first baseman. That's a strike, counts 3-1. The Astros got a run in the 2nd inning. Yuli Gurriel walked. Yordan Alvarez hit a double, and then Carlos Correa hit a sacrifice fly, which scored Gurriel from 3rd base. The only run scored so far. Full count pitch. Ground ball right side, past Altuve into right field. Escobar stops at 3rd base. And Walker's aboard with a single that just got by the outstretched glove of Altuve. So runners on the corners for the Diamondbacks. 1 out, top of the 4th, and there's Cole Calhoun. Calhoun takes ball 1. He walked in the 2nd inning. the first base runner to reach for the Diamondbacks in this game. Calhoun, one of the National League's best hitters this season. Calhoun is 9th among OPS leaders in the National League. He has a 930 OPS. Actually, that might have went up a bit considering that he walked back in the second inning, but he's got a quality on base percentage plus slugging percentage total. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Zach Greinke still on the mound. He's over 60 pitches now. Not even out of the 4th inning yet. Chop foul. The count still even 2-2. Calhoun, rather familiar with the Astros, considering that he played for one of their division rivals for a few seasons. He played for the Angels before. It's a pop-up, and Zunino makes the catch in foul territory. Now 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Runners still on the corners. Escobar on 3rd and Walker on 1st. Now to bring up the number 7 hitter and shortstop of the Diamondbacks, Nick Ahmed. 236 hitter with 11 home runs and 59 RBIs entering play. 51 RBIs. But he's in a run-producing spot here. Diamondbacks still haven't scored yet. And though it's still early, the potential tying run is on 3rd base in the form of Eduardo Escobar. Well, 1 fouled off, the count 0-2 now. Escobar doubled to lead off the inning. And Christian Walker hit a single, which put runners at the corners. On the ground right side, played by Altuve. Throws to Gurriel, and that ends the top of the 4th inning. No runs on a couple hits for the Diamondbacks. And 2 runners left on base. After 3.5 innings, it's the Astros 1 and the Diamondbacks 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. If you want updates on when we go live and when we post our schedule here on MLB Virtual Network, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. MLB Virtual Network is what you type in, and you'll find our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Twitter for other updates, such as injury updates, transaction updates, and used to be trade updates, but not anymore, considering the trade deadline has expired.
The 3rd baseman, Alex BREGMAN.
But follow us on Twitter at Virtual MLB for other news regarding the league, and we have a schedule that we post on there as well, so you can stay completely up to date with the virtual league. Robbie Ray still on the mound, and the middle of the order due up for the Astros in this half inning. Alex Bregman to lead off, and he'll be followed by Yuli Gurriel and Yordan Alvarez. 1-ball, 1-strike count on Bregman, who hits a fly ball toward left, and that'll go foul. The count now 1-2. The Diamondbacks are part of the National League West. The Astros are part of the American League West. Fly ball out towards center. Marte running back near the warning track. He makes the catch. And that's out number 1. And that's how the bottom of the 4th inning begins. So here comes Yuli Gurriel, who walked in his first plate appearance, facing Robbie Ray for the 2nd time in this game. It's inside, counts 1-0. Gurriel's been around for a few seasons now and can be classified as a veteran. He's the starting first baseman for the World Series champion Astros in 2017. He's been around for most of his career with the Astros. Counts 2-1. But he's been a talented hitter and a good enough defensive first baseman to be able to hold that position. But again, as mentioned before, potentially the end of his time as a first baseman is coming up. or a starter as well, because Josh Bell was acquired in a trade with the Pirates, and Bell will be coming off the injured list in about 5 days. That's strike 3 called on Yuli Gurriel. 4 strikeouts now for Robbie Ray.
The batter, number 44.
And that's out number 2. Well placed pitch by Ray. 92-mile-per-hour fastball right over the inside edge. So 2 outs, bottom of the 4th, and here's Yordan Alvarez. No ball, 1 strike count. You see the infield shifted to the right by the Diamondbacks, leaving the entire left side open. The outfield shifted as well. No ball, 1 strike count. That's strike 2. It's outside, counts 1 and 2. It's outside, count 2 and 2 now. 2 ball, 2 strike count on Yordan Alvarez. Swing and a miss. So Yordan Alvarez strikes out to end the 4th inning. Robbie Ray, a couple of strikeouts in that half inning, and no runs given up. Going to the 5th inning, it's 1-0. The Astros lead it. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. There's Heidi Watney, standing right in front of the Minute Maid Park logo. With the Diamondbacks trailing 1-0 coming into the 5th inning, Zach Greinke's been throwing well. He's given up just 2 hits to this point. And to start this inning, he'll face the 8-9-1 hitters in the Diamondbacks order: Stephen Vogt, Kevin Cron, and Starling Marte. Vogt 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Veteran catcher, has been around a few teams in his career, most notably with the Oakland Athletics, but also spent some time with the Milwaukee Brewers. And he's now a part of the Arizona Diamondbacks. No ball, 1 strike count. Swing and a miss. Counts now no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a foul ball. Still an 0-2 count on the Diamondbacks catcher. It's 1-0. The Astros lead this one, top of the 5th inning. This is game 1 of a 2-game set. Fly ball hit out toward right field. Springer at the wall. He makes the catch. That's out number 1 in the top of the 5th inning. But again, this is game 1 of a 2-game set. And this is the first game of a 6-game homestand that the Astros have. They're going to play 2 against the Diamondbacks, and then they're going to play 4 against the Blue Jays. And that Blue Jays-Astros series is a rather big series, because the Blue Jays still close to a wild card spot, while the Astros right now holding down the 2nd wild card spot behind the White Sox. So if the Blue Jays sweep that series, then the Blue Jays will most likely be in the 2nd wild card spot, at least tied for it, and the Astros will be in jeopardy of being out of the wild card, the top wild card spots. Counts 1 and 2. At the moment, the Blue Jays are 4 games back of the 2nd wild card spot that the Astros currently occupy. Two ball, 2 strike count. Swing and a miss. Cron down swinging. And that's out number 2. 3 strikeouts now for Greinke on the night.
The center fielder, number 2.
Classic high fastball, changing the eye level. Cron could see it well, but couldn't get the bat up there in time. So now 2 outs, and Starling Marte will come to the plate. 2 outs, top of the 5th. Down low, counts 1-0. Now as for the Diamondbacks, they're starting a 6-game road trip. Diamondbacks will play 2 against Houston, and then will travel to PNC Park to play a 4-game series against the Pirates. The Astros most recently lost 2 of 3 to the Twins, and the Diamondbacks split a 4-game series with the Dodgers. Counts 2-1 on Marte, who's 0 for 2. Marte's been a threat on the base paths this year. He's at 38 stolen bases, which leads the National League and all of Major League Baseball for that matter. But hasn't gotten on base yet in this game. 2-1 count. Outside counts 3-1. Hitters count for Marte. 3-1 pitch coming. That's down low, and Marte does reach base. And he very well could steal his way into scoring position, so Greinke will have to be careful. Still in the middle of the game, but right now Marte at first base represents the potential tying run. And Ketel Marte comes to the plate. A quality bat in this Diamondbacks lineup, and already Starling Marte getting checked on. He's back safely. Runner goes right down the middle. Zunino's throw is dropped by Correa. So Starling Marte steals his 39th base of the season. He's still the leader, and he just adds to it. Got a good jump. Zunino rushed the throw. It was a bit low. Correa couldn't pick it, and Marte slides in safely. So it's a no-ball, one-strike count on Ketel Marte, with Starling Marte now in scoring position. Counts even 1-1. The Astros haven't scored since the second inning. The Diamondbacks have had a few base runners in this game, but no runs to show for it so far. That one finds the zone. Counts even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zach Greinke getting close to 90 pitches as the end of the top of the 5th draws near. That's a fly ball toward right field, and that'll be foul. George Springer didn't even move for it. Count still even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Inside, counts full, 3-2. The power bats in the order coming up next. Eduardo Escobar would bat next if Marte can reach. And Zach Greinke likely to throw the 90th pitch of his outing on this next one. Soft fly ball out towards center, right at Miles Straw. He's under it. He makes the catch. The top of the 5th inning is over. No runs on no hits for the Diamondbacks. 1 walk in the inning, a stolen base by Starling Marte, but he was left in scoring position. After 4.5 innings, it's the Astros 1 and the Diamondbacks 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Bottom of the order do it for the Astros in this half inning. Carlos Correa, Mike Zunino, and Miles Straw. Swing and a miss, counts 0-1 on Carlos Correa, who is 2 for 8 career against Robbie Ray. Swinging a fly ball toward left field. Peralta looks up. That ball is gone. And just like that, the lead extended for the Astros. It's 2-0 after the Carlos Correa solo home run. .356 feet out to left field. Way back there into the Crawford boxes. So Robbie Ray has given up 2 earned runs now. That was the first run scored by the Astros since inning number 2. And now Zunino finds that one into center field, and he's on base with a single. Back-to-back hits to open up the inning for the Astros. Leadoff homer, and this hard hit single squared up nicely. Look at that. Hands right down to the ball. And Zunino's got himself a single. Now here's Miles Straw, who has no official at bat in this game so far, but he did reach base once on a walk in his first plate appearance. Straw, platoon outfielder for the Astros, and getting the start in this game in center field. And he takes strike one. The Astros got a run in the second inning. Yuli Gurriel walked. Jordan Alvarez doubled, and then Carlos Correa hit a sacrifice fly, which scored Gurriel from third base. And now here in the fifth inning, Correa hit a solo home run. So Correa got both RBIs for the Astros so far. He's been the only run producer. Swing and a miss, and Miles Straw down on strikes. Robbie Ray now with 6 strikeouts.
Up next to the Astros.
He's been pitching well, just a few mistakes have yielded 2 Astros runs. So 1 out bottom of the fifth, and there's George Springer at the plate now. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out and lined out in this one. Longtime leadoff hitter for the Astros. Throughout his career, he's excelled at getting on base. Big reason why he's at the top of the order. Chopped on the ground left side. That stays fair. The throw to second in time. Eduardo Escobar got the lead runner. The throw to the back end not in time. So Springer reaches on a fielder's choice, but an agile play there by Eduardo Escobar to field that softly hit ball and get the lead runner out at second base. So 2 outs, Springer on first base, and here's Jose Altuve. Altuve 0 for 2. 1 ball, no strike count on Altuve. That's a strike. Count even now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Swinging a foul ball. Count now 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strike count on the Astros second baseman. 1 run in for the Astros in this half inning. There's a fly ball down the left field line, and that goes foul. Another 1-2 blown right by him. Robbie Ray gets another strikeout, his 7th of the game. And that one ends the 5th inning. But the Astros do tally another run on this solo homer by Carlos Correa. After 5 full innings, it's 2-0. The Astros lead the Diamondbacks. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 3-4-5 hitters due up for the Diamondbacks in this half inning. Eduardo Escobar, David Peralta, and Christian Walker. Escobar 1 for 2. He doubled in the 4th inning, which was his last at bat. Zach Greinke still on the mound. He's at 90 pitches coming into this 6th inning. And he takes strike 1. Excuse me, Escobar takes strike 1. Escobar, switch hitter, batting from the left side. Former Minnesota Twin, now playing for the Diamondbacks. This is the 3rd year now he's been the Diamondbacks' third baseman. Ground ball left side against the shift, and again Eduardo Escobar gets an opposite field hit. So the shift fails once again against Escobar. He's on base with the leadoff single.
The left fielder, David Peralta.
And that'll bring up the potential tying run for the Diamondbacks. Here's David Peralta. He's 0 for 2. And he's flown out and grounded out in this one so far. Zach Greinke getting close to 100 pitches, and he's likely to throw the 100th pitch of this game in this half inning. He's been strong, though. He's let up a few base runners, but hasn't given up any runs yet. David Peralta, a former Silver Slugger Award winner for outfielders in the National League. He's been with the Diamondbacks for a few years now. He's played right and left field before, but he's consistently played left field this season. 2-0 pitch. That's a fly ball hit out toward left center field. Miles Straw's under it. He makes the catch. That's out number 1. And back to first base goes Eduardo Escobar.
Now batting, the first baseman, Christian Walker.
So 1 out top of the 6th, and here comes Christian Walker, who singled in his last at bat. The Diamondbacks stranded 2 runners in the 4th inning. As that pitch is belted into left center field toward the wall, it is off the wall. Straw plays it off the wall, and Escobar held at third base. Christian Walker gets into second with his second hit of the game, and 2 runners are now in scoring position for the Diamondbacks with 1 out.
Up next to the Diamondbacks, the right fielder.
Well, the Diamondbacks had 2 stranded in the 4th inning. Christian Walker was one of those runners stranded. He was on base because he hit that single, and now he's on base again with a double. And the Diamondbacks in prime position to potentially tie the game or at least get 1 run home. Cole Calhoun's at the plate. He's 0 for 1 in 2 plate appearances in this game. He has 56 RBIs at the moment.
Oh.
2-0 is the count.
2 balls, no strike.
Entering play, Calhoun had the 9th best OPS in the National League. You see Chris Davinsky and Austin Pruitt now warming up in the Astros bullpen. 100th pitch from Zach Greinke, misses down low, counts 3-0. Nick Ahmed would bat next. Might be a safer option for the Astros to face because, Calhoun has been a dangerous bat all season with the Diamondbacks. Well, that one finds the zone toward the top. Counts 3-1 now. Greinke's pitch to Calhoun coming. And that's fouled off. That was right down the middle. Greinke losing velocity. That 4-seam fastball came in at 89 miles per hour. Not as sharp as fastball. But the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that's out toward right field. George Springer under it. Springer makes the catch. Escobar will try to tag and score. The throw in is there. The tag applied by Zunino. And out at home plate is Eduardo Escobar. The Diamondbacks fail to score, largely in part to that great throw from George Springer in right. No sac fly for Cole Calhoun, and the Diamondbacks go away scoreless. It's 2-0 Astros going to the bottom of the 6th inning.
The left fielder, Michael.
3, 4, 5 hitters due up for the Astros in this half inning. Michael Brantley, Alex Bregman, and Yuli Gurriel. Brantley's 1 for 2 off Robbie Ray, who has thrown considerably less pitches than his mountain opponent Greinke, but he's given up 2 earned runs. Steven Crichton and Silvino Bracho now warming up in the Diamondbacks bullpen. Austin Pruitt and Chris Davinsky still warming up for the Astros as well. Greinke's return for the 7th inning is not certain yet, as that pitch is hit out towards center. Played by Starling Marte, that's out number 1. So 1 out bottom of the 6th inning, and here comes the cleanup hitter for the Astros, Alex Bregman. Bregman is 0 for 2. He struck out and flied out in this game. And that's out towards center field. Back goes Starling Marte. He makes the catch. And now there are 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Robbie Ray working quickly.
The first baseman, number 10, Yuli Gurriel.
Here comes Yuli Gurriel. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. He's 0 for 1. After 2 plate appearances, he walked in his first plate appearance. And that pitch misses, count is 1-0. Yuli Gurriel was an international signing out of Cuba. And he has a brother in the league as well. His brother, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., plays for the Toronto Blue Jays, and Gurriel Jr. is having a breakout season with the Blue Jays this year.
Nope, that's the ball.
He was a home run derby participant. He leads the American League in RBIs, and he's one of the top players for home runs in the American League. Yuli Gurriel there lines out to left field. David Peralta makes the catch, and that ends the 6th inning. So no runs on no hits and no runners left on base for the Astros after 6 full innings. The Astros still have the lead. It's a 2-0 score. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Diamondbacks in this half inning. Nick Ahmed, Stephen Vogt, and Kevin Crone. The Astros got a run in the 2nd inning on a Carlos Correa sacrifice fly. And then Carlos Correa hit a solo home run in the 5th inning to make it 2-0. So both runs batted in, credited to Carlos Correa. The Diamondbacks have yet to score, though they've left some runners in scoring position throughout this game. 2-0 is the count. Last inning, they were in position to score a run. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. There's a fly ball hit to George Springer out in right field, and Springer came up firing directly to home and cut down Eduardo Escobar trying to score from 3rd, so that double play prevented the Diamondbacks from scoring, and it also ended the half inning. Three ball, no strike count. That one's a strike, counts 3-1. Swinging a foul ball, now they count 3-2. Zach Greinke still on the mound, was not replaced. He's over 100 pitches, but he's still working. Still working on a shutout, too. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called at the top of the zone. Nick Ahmed down looking. Zach Greinke has struck out 4. That's out number 1. Hasn't struck out too many batters in this game, but he's been pitching to contact, and the Diamondbacks hitters have not been able to capitalize. So 1 out, top of the 7th. Here's Stephen Vogt. Takes ball 1. This is game 1 of a 2-game set. The Astros are starting a 6-game homestand. After this set, they're going to play a 4-game series against the Blue Jays. The Diamondbacks are starting a 6-game road trip as Vogt hits that toward the right side of the infield, and Correa plays it because the infield was shifted. That's out number 2.
Now batting, designated hitter, Kevin Crone.
Well, the Diamondbacks will play this 2-game set, and then they'll play in a 4-game series against the Pirates that will extend throughout the weekend. 2 outs, top of the 7th. And Kevin Crone, first pitch swinging on the ground to Correa at short. Throws to Gurriel at first, and that ends the top of the 7th inning. So no runs on no hits and nobody left on for the Diamondbacks. Stretch time here at Minute Maid Park, and it's 2-0. The Astros are leading.
Your attention, please.
New pitcher coming on the mound for the Diamondbacks. It's Silvino Bracho, making his 29th appearance of the season. There's a 4.45 ERA and 30 1/3 innings pitched. His team's down by 2 coming into the bottom of the 7th inning, and the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the Astros order are expected to bat: Yordan Alvarez, Carlos Correa, and Mike Zunino. That finds the zone. Counts 0-1 on the reigning Rookie of the Year in the American League. Rookie of the Year, one of the only awards in baseball that you really can't win more than once. So while he did win it last year, there's not really any way that Alvarez can defend that title. Grounded right side and foul, the count 0-2. But Alvarez didn't even play a full season with the Astros. He came in mid-season, became an instant impact player. So much so that A.J. Hinch, the former manager of the Astros, had him play the outfield in the World Series when the Nationals hosted.
The batter, number 1.
Josh Reddick was put on the bench. Alvarez was put in left, and Brantley was put in right because Alvarez's bat in the lineup was that valuable. And Alvarez did hit a home run in one of the 3 games played at Nationals Park in that World Series. So Turned out to be a good decision by Hinch as well. Well, Alvarez struck out there against Bracho. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Bracho just came into the game. Robbie Ray pitched 6 full innings and gave up 2 earned runs. Carlos Correa is at the plate now. He had a sacrifice fly in the 2nd and a solo home run in the 5th. Has 2 RBIs. He's responsible for scoring the 2 Astros runs. 1 ball, 1 strike count on a former #1 draft pick in the Astros organization. And the starting shortstop of the Astros. That one fouled off. The count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strike count. Bracho's pitch to Correa. Swing and a miss. And Correa out for the first time in this game. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th.
Now batting, catcher.
Blew that fastball right by him. So Mike Zunino will come to the plate. 2 outs, bases empty. And Zunino 1 for 2. He singled in his last at bat, which was back in the 5th inning. And he swings and fouls that pitch off. Counts 0-1. Just some scoring updates around real baseball for you. The Indians beat the Reds by a 4-2 final score. Also, the Nationals still beating the Mets. 5-3 is the score in the bottom of the 6th. And the Athletics and Rangers just started a game. It's no score in the 1st inning. Those are real baseball scoring updates. We've had a couple games on this network already today. 1 ball, 1 strike count. That is belted to left. Oh my goodness. That might clear the back wall. On the train tracks. That ball is gone. Wow. Well, you really can't hit a ball better than that. Zunino squared that one up and absolutely tattooed it. Watch this one again. Yeah, that was right down the middle. Middle part of the plate, and 406 feet out there. Yeah, that landed on the train tracks. Over the back wall. Impressive home run. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. 1 run in for the Astros. It's now a 3-1 lead, and Miles Straw is at the plate. He fouls that first pitch off. No ball, 1 strike count. Swing and a chopper. Right side, Marte bobbles the ball. And now Straw trying to go to second. He's safe. Wow.
Now batting.
Miles Straw, a quick base runner. Watch this. This would have been a tough play anyway for Marte. He had to charge. Then he bobbled it, and look at Straw. Did not stop at first. He rounded off the base, took a direct line into second. Marte could not recover in time. So Straw now on second. Score that a single and an error on Marte. And first pitch swinging is Springer. Grounds it to short. Ahmed throws to Walker, and that ends the bottom of the 7th inning. So that error doesn't hurt the Diamondbacks, but this solo home run did. Mike Zunino blasted this pitch onto the train tracks out into left field. The Astros now have a 3-0 lead going into inning number 8.
Now pitching for the Astros.
New pitcher coming on for the Astros. It's Ryan Presley, former relief pitcher in the Minnesota Twins organization. Has pitched 32 innings and has had 32 starts. Not 32 starts, but 32 appearances. So he's averaged an inning and appearance. He's one of the back-end arms in the Astros bullpen. He was a pretty decent pitcher with the Twins, but has continued to pitch well and has even improved in some ways since being on the Astros. Great effort by Yuli Gurriel. And Presley covers to get the out. Marte a quick runner, but cut down there. That's out number 1, and there's the final score line on Zach Greinke. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits given up, no earned runs, and he struck out 4 batters. Here's Ketel Marte. Ketel Marte 0 for 3 out of the number 2 spot in the Diamondbacks order. He's a player that the Diamondbacks rely on to hit well and produce runs, but today not doing that. Switch hitter batting from the left side. And that misses inside, counts 2-0. Diamondbacks yet to score. The Astros haven't scored more than 1 run in any given inning, but they have accumulated 3 total runs. And the count's 2-1 now. Torey Lovullo, the manager of the Diamondbacks. Been a pretty good manager, helped turn around the Diamondbacks organization. They made playoffs for the first time since 2011 and 2017 when they earned home field advantage in the wild card game and then ended up winning it, only to get swept by the Dodgers, but they still made it to the division series. Two ball, 2 strike count on Ketel Marte. And that's fouled off. The count's still even 2-2. But the Diamondbacks do have a chance to make playoffs this season. As of right now, they are 2 games back of the Marlins for the second wildcard spot in the National League. As that's a swing and a miss. Marte now 0 for 4 in this game, and that's out number 2
The third base
in this top of the 8th inning.
Eduardo Escobar.
That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Eduardo Escobar. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Base is empty. Escobar 2 for 3. The infield still shifting him, but his 2 hits were hit out the other way, past the infield, through the vacant left side. But as I just mentioned, the Diamondbacks, as of right now, are 59 and 53, 2 games back of the second wildcard spot that the Marlins right now occupy. And there's not really a likely chance that the Diamondbacks could win the division this year because the NL West division leader is the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they are 76 and 38. The Diamondbacks trail that division by 16 games. Well, Eduardo Escobar out after grounding out, so no runs, no hits, and nobody left on for the D-backs after 7.5 innings. It's the Astros 3 and the Diamondbacks 0. Stefan Kreutzstedt comes into the game. He will now pitch for the Diamondbacks. Third pitcher to take the mound for the Diamondbacks in this game, and he'll face the heart of the Astros order, Jose Altuve, Michael Brantley, and Alex Bregman. Josh Bell still on the injured list for the Astros. He'll be back in roughly 5 days. And he's likely to take over as the starting first baseman. Bell was traded to the Astros a few days before the trade deadline. The Astros gave up Forrest Whitley and Chucky Robinson. Chucky Robinson, a catcher, but Forrest Whitley, one of the top pitching prospects in the minor leagues. 3 ball, no strike count. The Astros looking to make a push for the division. They're still in contention for the AL Western title. They're 3.5 games back of the Athletics entering play as Altuve takes ball 4 and earns a leadoff walk. But the Athletics have a 69 and 45 record. They're right now at the top of the AL West, and the Astros are 3.5 games back with a 64 and 47 record. So the Astros could still win the division, and Josh Bell might be that extra piece they need, that extra bolstered bat in the lineup to pass the Athletics and win the division for the 4th straight year. The Astros have won the West the last 3 years. The last time the Athletics won it was 2013. Every team but the Mariners won the American League West over the last decade. Rangers were winners in 2011. The Athletics won it in 2012 and 2013. The Angels won in 2014. The Rangers won it in 2015 and 16. And then the Astros won from 2017 to 2019. Still a shot to win it in 2020, but right now the Athletics lead. Again, the Astros likely made the move for Josh Bell to bolster their lineup even more and find a way to pass the Athletics for first place. But the Astros right now in a good position too, because they have the second wild card spot at the moment, and they trail the White Sox for the first wild card spot by a game. 3-ball, no strike count on Brantley. He takes a strike, counts 3-1, and Dusty Baker not happy with that call. Look at him screaming over there. Typical 3-0 call, though, helping the pitcher out a bit. Three-one count. That's outside, so that's ball 4. Michael Brantley on base. So back-to-back walks issued by Stefan Krejci. And here comes the cleanup hitter, Alex Bregman, who's 0 for 3 in this game. Bregman takes outside, counts 1-0. The Astros scored a run in the second inning. Carlos Correa hit a sacrifice fly. Then in the 5th inning, Correa hit a solo home run that made it 2-0, and Mike Zunino last inning hit a solo homer to make it 3-0. And strike 1. This is game 1 of a 2-game set. The first of a 6-game homestand for the Astros. After this set, they're going to play a 4-game series against the Blue Jays. This is game 1 of a 6-game road trip for the Diamondbacks. After this set, the Diamondbacks are going to go to PNC Park to play the Pirates in a 4-game weekend series. Runners go. Throw down by Vogt is not in time. Jose Altuve and Michael Brantley execute a double steal. So they're both in scoring position now with nobody out. That's a daring move, especially when you're already up by 3 runs, but works out for the Astros. Bregman down to the count, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Vogt quickly throws over to first to complete the strikeout. That's out number 1, and Altuve stays at third. Brantley stays at second.
The first baseman, number 10, Ulieski Gurriel.
That's out number 1, and that'll bring up Yuli Gurriel. Gurriel's 0 for 2. He walked in his first plate appearance and ended up scoring on Carlos Correa's sacrifice fly in the second inning. We haven't seen him warm up yet, but Roberto Ozuna's in the Astros bullpen. Ozuna has the second most saves in the American League. He's been a lockdown closer for the better part of this season. On the other side, the Diamondbacks closer Archie Bradley has struggled this year. The ERA's been high. A nice play by Christian Walker over at first base. Gurriel out. And the infield being in there helped Walker make that play. It stayed fair. He got it quickly, stepped on first base, and Altuve didn't try to test it. So 2 outs, both runners still in scoring position, and here's Yordan Alvarez. Alvarez 1 for 3. He had a double back in the second inning. It's upstairs, counts 1-0. Altuve's on third. He walked. Michael Brantley also walked. He's on second. They both executed a double steal. They're both in scoring position, but both Bregman and Gurriel got out. Now Alvarez batting with 2 outs, and he hits that one up the middle for a base hit. Altuve scores from third. The throw-in from Marte is cut off by Christian Walker, and Michael Brantley scores from second base. It's now 5-0. The Astros extend their lead.
Shortstop, Carlos.
That pitch was right down the middle. Crichton left that one middle. Alvarez certainly can handle a pitch like that. 2 more runs for the Astros. 5-0 score. Diamondbacks trail. And here's Carlos Correa, who grounds that one to the left side on the first pitch. Ahmed flips to Marte. Alvarez out at second, and the 8th inning has come to an end. No runs. 2 runs for the Astros. On 1 hit, 2 walks in the inning, and a runner left on. Going into the 9th inning, it's 5-0. The Astros lead this one. So Roberto Ozuna will not come to the mound. Rather, it'll be Chris Davinsky, one of the setup pitchers in the Astros bullpen. He's making his 48th appearance of the year. Has a 3.12 ERA and 49 innings pitched. This is not a save situation. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up in the Diamondbacks order. Begin this half inning. David Peralta, Christian Walker, and Cole Calhoun. Peralta takes ball 1. He's been 0 for 3. Getting his 4th plate appearance in here. That's fouled off the count, even 1-1. One's outside, counts 2-1 now on Chris Davinsky. He's been around the Astros for a few years and has been a reliable relief pitcher. Mostly been toward the back end of the bullpen. Getting set up opportunities, getting hold opportunities. This situation, though, nothing special considering the Astros have a sizable lead. 5-0 in the 9th. And Peralta lines out to Carlos Correa, so that's out number 1 in the top of the 9th inning. That'll bring up Christian Walker, who's doubled and singled in this game. So one of the few bright spots for the Diamondbacks in this game. The Diamondbacks on a few separate occasions have left runners on base in this game. They haven't scored at all. Austin Pruitt and Joe Biagini now warming up in the Astros bullpen, 2 righties. Just in case Davinsky gets into trouble. And he got 1 quick out. 1-0 count on Walker, and that's popped into the air out towards center. Miles Straw is there. He makes the catch. And now the Diamondbacks have 1 out to work with.
The right fielder, Cole Calhoun.
Cole Calhoun coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He walked in the 2nd inning, so he's had 3 plate appearances in this game. But has no hits and 2 official at-bats. .282 average now with a .390 on-base percentage. Swing and a miss, counts 0-1. Cole Calhoun, a former Los Angeles Angel, playing in his first year with the Arizona Diamondbacks, hit free agency for the first time in his career this past offseason and decided to change scenery. But he completes a Diamondbacks outfield with David Peralta in left, Starling Marte in center, and himself in right. No ball, 2-strike count. Swing and a miss. Chris Davinsky gets the Diamondbacks to go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th inning. And the Astros win this one by a 5-0 final score. Well done by the Astros, who scored early, kept scoring later on in the game, and then scored 2 runs late to bring their lead up to 5. And they ended up winning this one on the back of that man, too, Zach Greinke, who pitched 7 full innings, gave up no earned runs, threw over 100 pitches, too, and ended up getting the win on the mound in this one. Chris Davinsky does not earn a save, but he pitched the final out of this game. There he is celebrating. Robbie Ray, the losing pitcher, who was on the mound for the Diamondbacks. So Zach Greinke gets the win. He pitched 7 innings, gave up no earned runs on 4 hits, struck out 4 batters and walked 3. Robbie Ray got the loss, pitched 6 full innings, gave up 2 earned runs on 4 hits. He struck out 7 batters, walked 2. Not a bad outing for him. Just gave up or made some mistakes that resulted in 2 runs scored by the opposing team. Eduardo Escobar and Christian Walker each had a couple of hits in this game. The only 2 notable hitters in the Diamondbacks order today. Starling Marte walked and stole a base, and everybody else went over in this game for the D-backs. As for the Astros, Carlos Correa got 2 RBIs. One was on a sac fly in the second, and one was on a solo home run in the 5th inning. Mike Zunino in the 7th hit a monster shot, which went along with a single he hit before that at bat, but he hit one onto the train tracks in the 7th inning. That gave the Astros a 3-0 lead at the time. And then in the 8th inning, Yordan Alvarez hit a single, which brought in a couple of runs. Alvarez was also instrumental in the Astros scoring in the 2nd inning. With Yuli Gurriel on first, he hit a double, which put both of them in scoring position. And then when Carlos Correa hit that fly ball to the outfield, Yuli Gurriel was able to score from third and allow Carlos Correa to get a sacrifice fly. But that pretty much does it here from Minute Maid Park. The Astros won this one by a 5-0 final score. Zach Greinke, player of the game, for pitching 7 full innings and giving up no earned runs. This has been a presentation of Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game and all of our games here are brought to you by MLB The Show 20. My name is Nicholas Callis. Don't forget, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notifications on when we go live and when we upload videos. MLB Virtual Network is the name of the channel. You can also follow us on Twitter for other updates, such as injury updates or transaction updates. @VirtualMLB is our Twitter handle. We also upload videos from YouTube to Twitter as well, so you won't miss anything, and you can stay up to date by following us on Twitter @VirtualMLB and subscribing to the YouTube channel, MLB Virtual Network. But I'm Nicholas Callis saying so long from Minute Maid Park. The final score of this game again, the Houston Astros 5 and the Arizona Diamondbacks 0.